Hey everyone, it's Marina. I'm here to do a video for my brother. He wants me to show him how I did my fried rice. So usually we cook together, but we haven't been around each other for a while, so I'm going to make a video for him. Okay, so a few tips before we really get going. I'm waiting for this to heat up, which it looks like it's getting there. I use fresh garlic, and if you're going to use fresh garlic, I would suggest, if you don't want it to stick, because usually whenever I'm cutting it up, it sticks to the knife. But get your knife wet, or get your cutting board wet, or both, and not like standing water, but just kind of run it under the water and then take it out. I used 1.25 pounds of chicken. You can use whatever you want, and however much you want. You can use different meats. Okay, so I'm using 2 cups of rice and just some oil that I put in the pan. So most of the time when people make fried rice, I hear that you're supposed to put it in the fridge and let it cool off overnight. Well, every time I do that, it never works. So I tried something different, and I really like how it turned out, so I'm going to share. I basically just fry this over. Usually this is how I make Mexican rice, or just different flavors of rice, really. Just get this golden brown, but that's what I'm going to do right now. And this is what I did. I figured it couldn't get any worse, because every time I made some, I tried to make fried rice, and it ended up being clumpy balls of rice. So, okay, so I measured out 2 cups of rice and 4 cups of, normally you would add 4 cups of water when you're done browning this, or golden, whatever you want to call it. For me, with my water, I went a little bit under 4 cups, and I'm not going to let the rice cook completely. I'm going to wait and see when it's almost done, and then I'm going to turn it off and take the lid off. That way it doesn't keep cooking fully. I don't want it all the way cooked. And then also, if you want to, once you get it where you want it, sorry, my kids are watching a movie. Once you get it where you want it, once it's you add the water and stuff, and you have it cooked about where you think you'd like it to be, you can either take it off the heat or leave it on the heat. I'm going to take mine off the heat. So, it gives the rice. I've only done this once, and I was so excited. I called my brother, but he didn't answer, so I left a message. And then I talked to him yesterday, and he was like, "Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember." But he asked me to do a video. It was yesterday. So I'm making a video. And don't walk away from your rice and come back, because it'll probably burn, and it smells disgusting when it burns. I know how it smells because my sister burnt some rice. There was a lot going on, and she burnt some rice, and it was a really bad smell. And this is basically also how you make Mexican rice too, but you can add, while you're doing this, if you wanted to, while you're doing this, you could add some garlic or some onions for flavor, if you felt like doing that. It smells super great. It tastes good too, but I'm not going to add any extra stuff right now. I don't want to go too far off the rails while I'm doing a video. This is also a lot easier with a gas stove, but I have an electric stove. So, yeah.
I don't make eggs.
I'm not making any eggs yet. I'll make some eggs in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah? Are you going to go watch a movie?
Yeah. I'm going to watch a movie.
Okay. Alright, so that's good enough. I don't want to keep you on here for longer than 5 minutes with me doing this, so. Okay. I'm just going to add my water. Everyone has their own way of making their rice. it'll basically be something you figure out as you go along. But I like to let mine boil for a second, or start to boil, and then I turn the heat down. So while that's doing that, I'm going to put the lid on. And then I will be right back to show you how I do the chicken. Okay, so I added a little bit of oil, and I also have some sesame seed oil, and I'm just going to add a little bit of it. And I have just the chicken that I talked about a second ago, and some garlic. And usually when I'm making this, I just like to add salt and pepper. Okay, so you notice I have this big pan over here. When I'm done, all of it's going to pretty much go in there. So when I'm done with the chicken, I'm going to put it in there. It's all going to end up in there anyway. If you want to separate it, that's fine. You can totally do that. I have a wok, but it's huge, and as you can see, my stove is teeny tiny, and I don't have a lot of room, so I want to be able to show you guys how see what I'm doing. So. Just give this a push. So this is almost done, so I'm going to put it in the pan just a minute here. I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to make some eggs. Recognize this glass, Zachary? This is our dad's old drinking glass. You can mix your eggs up if you want to and all that. I don't do that. When I make a breakfast or something, I do, but with these I kind of just do them in the pan like that. Check my rice. It's getting there. If you want to, I think I already said if you want to clean out your pan and do it, you can. I kind of like to have some of the flavors from the chicken, or if it's, if it's like pork or something, you kind of have to clean it out. But if it's like chicken or something else, then I like to have the flavor of it. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this to the pan with the chicken in it. And you can also, use as many eggs as you want. Or if you want to, add stuff in at this point, you can do whatever you want to do. So, I'm going to put this in here. And turn that off for a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, so my rice is where I want it, so I'm going to take the lid off and I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to move this pan over here, the big one that I showed you. I'm going to move that one to where this is and take that out. I'm going to take the stuff out of that pan, and I just kind of maneuver it back and forth. I don't want to dirty up extra dishes if I don't have to. So now I'm actually going to clean out that pan. So just a second.